What's going on, guys? It's Dalton from Clueless Entertainment, and today I have another World of Tanks video for you, but this time it's not actually me playing. This is gameplay of another one of our members that's also in Clueless Entertainment. His name is Christian. In game, his name's Tryhawk, and he's playing in his Tier 7 American heavy tank, the T29. Now, this thing is a phenomenal tank, especially when it gets matched up like this. When it's top tier, this thing will absolutely wreck pretty much any other tank that it's going to get matched up with at tier 7. But this thing is really special because this tank is really well armored in its turret front, and it's not great in its whole armor, but if you can get hull down in this thing, there is not much in the game that can actually penetrate this tank's turret. Even tier 10 tanks are going to struggle to penetrate this thing's turret, even if they're firing premium ammo at it. So I think it's something like 279 millimeters of front turret armor, and that's the actual front. That's not including the gun mantlet, which is huge on this tank. And it does have kind of a weak spot, that little tiny cupola on the top, but that's really tough to hit. So from the front, if you're hull down, this thing is a fortress. There's not much that can penetrate it, and I literally mean not much. There's very few tanks in the game that have that kind of penetration. You'd have to have well over 300 millimeters of penetration to reliably get through the front of this thing's turret. So I'm thinking, like, you know, some tier 10 tanks that shoot heat or something like that. That's the only way, and even then it's kind of a far shot. And now let's talk about the thing's gun. The gun's not great. It's really inaccurate, pretty long reload, but other than that, it's a pretty good gun. It has good penetration and good alpha damage, but you know, the reload and the accuracy makes it pretty terrible. But at tier 7, I mean, it's fine. And especially considering how you play the T29, you're not going to ever really be sniping in it anyways. It's a heavy tank, so it kind of adopts the kind of philosophy like the Russian heavy tanks do. All of the Russian heavy tank guns are terrible up until like tier 8, and right there he puts a shot straight into the dirt. I laughed the first time I watched that. Anyway, all of the Russian tier like 6, 7, even the IS-3 is not great, the BL-9, but it's better. But the KV-3 and the IS, their guns are terrible, and this thing kind of follows suit with the Russian heavy tanks. The gun's not great, but it puts out a lot of alpha damage and it has a lot of penetration, so it kind of plays the same. But like I said, its accuracy and its aiming time is terrible. The reason I brought that up is earlier he kind of put that shot on the, or he had a pretty good shot on the E25, was completely aimed and he missed. Or actually didn't miss, I think. I'm not sure. He missed that shot straight into the dirt, though, earlier, that's for sure. Anyway, he took a little bit of artillery damage here, rolls over the hill, takes out the KV-85, put a good shot in the OI. He's trying to get out of there. This is actually from the 9.14 client, so I'm not sure if it's going to show the cap timer in this video or not, because I'm running 9.15 now. But anyway, as you can see up at the top, his team's getting absolutely dominated on the other side of the map. It's 5-11. This pretty much looks like a loss. It's 5-12 now, 6-12. They pulled one back, but yeah, there's only 3 people left on the friendly team, and Christian here is one of them. And the good thing is that they have 2 tier 7 tanks left. The enemy team only has 1 tier 7, and it's an artillery, but they have some good tanks left. They still have a Cromwell. They have a T67, which is a dangerous tank. Speaking of the T67, there he is, and I believe the Cromwell's over there too. So now he kind of gets into a side scraping position a little bit, takes out the T67, good shot. And he knows that there's 2 enemy tanks ahead of him, so he's going to side scrape a little bit here. There's the Cromwell. Puts a great shot into the Cromwell there. That was extremely lucky, especially with this thing's accuracy. Accidentally knocks out his own cover there, but at this point it doesn't really matter. And this, that is unbelievable. That is just crazy luck right there. Like I said, this thing's accuracy is not great by any means, and that was a clutch shot. Puts another good shot into the Skoda there coming across the field. Skoda's bouncing off of him. Like I said, this thing's armor from the turret armor on the front, which is what the Skoda is shooting, you're never going to penetrate it, especially in a tier 6 tank, let alone a tier 9 or 10 tank. So he takes out the Skoda, and he's pulled it back quite a bit. 5 kills, it's 12-12. He pretty much evened up the match right there. But right now I believe that there's someone in the cap, and I don't think that it's going to show me the cap because of that replay bug, but I'm not sure if someone's in the cap yet. But by his actions, I'm guessing there is someone in the cap. When I watched this replay at first, I thought, there's no way this game's over. Yeah, you can see the Panther in the chat is saying, can someone reset? So there is someone in the cap. It's the OI. I believe the cap is at like 80 now. And he puts a shot in the OI and kills him, but the cap only resets to like 70. So that means that the Panzer 38NA has been in the cap pretty much for the last minute or so. So he's got all the cap points racked up right about now. The cap's at 90. It's at like 95, 96, 97, and he shoots him and resets it at 97. I'm really sorry that the replay messed up here because of the new update, but this was amazing to watch because just with, like I said, with the gun's accuracy, and I mean he had like 3 or 4 seconds to spare there, and he saved the game. They're in the lead now, 14-3. Christian's racked up 7 kills. Absolutely great gameplay here. So yeah, I mean, the cap really was at about 96 or 97, if I remember right, and he put a shot into the Panzer 38 and reset the cap, so that was crazy. Now there's a T34-85 left on the enemy team, and it looks like Christian has a friendly Panther, I believe. Yes, a friendly Panther on his team still. He's talking some trash in game there. I don't appreciate that. That's not something I do. Just kidding. We all do it sometimes. But Christian has a mouth on him. More so than other people. Anyway, his team is congratulating him in game, calling him a, what did they call him? Oh, I can't look at the chat. That sucks. I think they called him a one-man army or one-man fortress or something like that, and that's definitely true in this instance. 7 kills. They were down, what was it, like 4-12 or 6-12 or 5-12 or something like that at one point, and he completely brought the game back. 7 kills. Absolutely great gameplay here. And they're just trying to wrap it up and kill this T34-85. He's a one-shot for either one of them. And yeah, this one's pretty much in the bag at this point. So, you saw how absolutely devastating this tank can be when it's top tier. There's not a whole lot in this game that can really penetrate it reliably frontally. Those E25s can if they get shots into his hull. And the A44 on the enemy team could also. And he shoots the friendly Panther there, and the Panther gets taken out. So I can't imagine how that must have felt to have such a good game. And he's using auto aim here. And he apologizes, as he should. The friendly Panther probably didn't really care, though. And, you know, kudos to the enemy player, the T34-85. He's racked up 6 kills on his team, so he carried his team, and Christian carried his team, so this is kind of... Oh, and he puts a good shot in there. Oh, and that was crazy. I can't believe that shot went in, especially with the accuracy of this thing. So, there you have it. 8 kills. Let's go ahead and take a look at the post-game stats on this one. You might be surprised to see them. Okay, so here's the post-game stats on that one. Surprisingly, not an ace tanker, and the reason for that is, like I said, the T29 is a force to be reckoned with, and so I'm sure people pump out amazing games in this thing all the time. I unfortunately don't have one, so I don't really know. I've never had the chance to play it, unfortunately. Maybe I should get one eventually, but yeah. No ace tanker on that one. First class, probably really close, right on the line. You got the Hand of God, Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect, Shell Proof, the Radley Walters medal, which is a medal that I actually have never received. You have to kill 8 or 9 enemy vehicles in one battle. The highest I've ever killed is 7, which really isn't that great. I don't know why I've never gotten more. I guess I suck. The Defender medal, he got Steel Wall for all those shells that he bounced, even though he didn't really bounce a whole lot there. And he got Top Gun, of course, for 6 kills. So, yeah, pretty impressive there. Impressive array of medals. The Radley Walters, I'm jealous. I wish I had that. Let's look at the detailed report here. As you can see, he did 2,858 damage. I feel like he did a lot more than that for some reason, but in all actuality, most of the tanks he was shooting didn't have a lot of health anyway, so that would make sense. Tier 7 match, he was top tier. He was mostly killing Tier 5s and Tier 6s, a couple Tier 7s maybe. But yeah, even Tier 7s don't have a whole lot of health. You don't really start to do huge amounts of damage until you get to Tier 8 or Tier 9. So he fired 16 shots, and 14 of those were direct hits and penetration. So every shot that he actually landed penetrated. So that's pretty good. I would take that. He received 13 hits, 4 of them penetrated, 9 of them bounced. And yeah, he took that one shot early on from from the artillery splash damage. So yeah, he got 6,015 credits out of that. He fired a couple of premium rounds, I'm sure he had to have there. I wasn't really paying attention. Maybe he didn't. I could be wrong. But yeah, he carried his team extremely hard there. The Panther is the only one that even did over 1,000 damage besides Christian there. And like I said, the T-34-85 in the other team carried his team pretty hard too. He got an impressive array of medals also. He got a Top Gun, the Defender, all that good stuff. So yeah, that was a pretty great game. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I wish it would have been an ace tanker. That would have been pretty sweet. But yeah, that's pretty much just showing that the T29 is an absolute beast whenever it gets put in a top tier matchup. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. If you liked it, please leave a like and a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content similar to this. And from all of us here at Clueless, have a nice day.